Hi there, I'm Michael Huell, owner of Michael's Vacations. Today I want to talk to you about something I see time and time again. 6 common mistakes parents make with young kids at Walt Disney World. These are the kinds of things that can turn what should be a perfect, magical vacation into a stressful one, and I'm here to help you avoid them. These 6 mistakes go in order from when you arrive until the end of your first theme park day. Let's get started.
Mistake number 1, booking a too early morning flight.
I do understand why this seems like a good idea. An early flight can save you money, and you might think that getting to Disney early means even more time to enjoy it. I do understand, but here's what happens, okay? Families wake up at that 4 or 5 a.m. to make the early flight, and they're already tired by the time they land. Keep this in mind. No one sleeps well the night before a major trip. Everyone's doing last-minute packing, probably stressing, and nobody gets much sleep. And the kids, they're usually so excited that they're too wound up to truly rest. By the time you're at Disney World, those missed hours of sleep start to hit you. And if you're planning to head to a theme park on that first day, the lighting lanes for the most popular rides are often already booked by the people who arrived earlier in the day. Instead of a super early flight, let's consider a midday arrival. This way you have a calmer morning, much calmer, and don't start the trip on an exhausted note. Spend a few relaxed hours exploring maybe the hotel, maybe Disney Springs, or even head to my favorite late afternoon theme park, Disney's Animal Kingdom. Grab an early dinner there. I highly recommend Tusker House so you can have a nice meal and meet Mickey and his friends at the same time, and then settle in early. This way everyone's refreshed and ready for the next day, which is when the real fun truly begins.
Mistake number 2, riding rides too intense for young kids.
This one is super important. Disney World is thrilling for young kids, but it can also be overwhelming. You have crowds, loud noises, and big, sometimes intense attractions. Children under 6 or 7 often have a hard time understanding the difference between fantasy and reality. What seems fun to us, like the lights, the sounds, the special effects, can be a lot for a young kid. A common mistake is thinking a child is ready for a big ride just because they meet the height requirement. But remember, that height requirement is purely for safety. It was designed by an engineer, and it can't measure maturity or past experiences. Just because a child is tall enough doesn't mean they'll enjoy it. I've seen teenagers avoid roller coasters because they were put on one too young and had a scary experience. It can stick with them for years, and trust me, you don't want that. Here's my suggestion. Start with the basics, especially at the Magic Kingdom, which is perfect for younger kids. Try a gentle thriller ride like Seven Dwarfs Mine Train in Fantasyland. It's a brief, very smooth, kid-friendly roller coaster that almost is always a hit. If they enjoy that, you can gradually work your way up to bigger, more thrilling rides like Big Thunder Mountain in Frontierland. Taking it step by step is key for a positive experience, and the same, more technical, thrilling rides that might have scared them will now be a breeze.
Mistake number 3, buying park hopper tickets you don't need.
I know the more expensive park hoppers sound like a good deal because they let you visit more than one park on the same day, which who wouldn't want that? But think about the reality of it. After a day at one park, most families don't have the energy to hop to another. Plus, by the time you reach that second park, the lightning lanes once again for the most popular attractions were likely booked by people who were there during the first half of the day. In my experience, my families most often feel ready to head back to the hotel by the end of their day at the first park. So why pay extra for what you don't need? I recommend sticking with a base ticket, which gives you 1 park per day. You'll save money, and I do mean hundreds of dollars for most families. And if you change your mind, Disney allows you to upgrade them and you only pay the difference. So really, there's no downside to waiting.
Mistake number 4, skipping a real lunch break.
Here's something I always advise. Please take a proper lunch break. I know it seems like a time saver to just grab a quick bite and to keep going, but a sit-down meal isn't just about eating. It's a way to recharge and escape the crowds and theme park energy for a bit. This is even more important for young children. Always remember, Disney World is a marathon, not a sprint. By sitting down for an hour at lunch, you give everyone a chance to relax, and it actually doesn't add much time compared to a quick service meal. Think about it. With a quick service meal, you're standing in line for who knows how long, you're finding a table, settling down. That can easily take 45 minutes from start to finish. A table service meal might only be about 20 to 25 minutes longer, but it's a much needed real break. And here's a tip for you. Disney lets you cancel dining reservations up to 2 hours in advance without any cancellation fees. So book a reservation just in case. You can always cancel if you decide to skip it, but it's better to at least have the option available. It's always better to have a reservation you cancel than to be told, "I'm sorry, but there's nothing available."
Mistake number 5, reserving dinners all over Walt Disney World.
Walt Disney World is huge, 47 square miles. The city of San Francisco fits inside of it. I often see families booking dinners all over the resort, which leads to unnecessary stress trying to reach all of them on time. My advice? Let's keep dinners close to your hotel. This way, after a full day at the park, you're not scrambling to make it all the way across Disney property just for a reservation. Instead, head back to the hotel. Let everyone relax. Maybe take a swim. Think about taking a refreshing shower and enjoy a convenient dinner nearby. A great day at Disney should look something like this. Start early, that's mandatory, okay? Enjoy a nice lunch in the park, wrap up around 2:30 or 3, and then head back to the hotel to recharge. Have some fun and relax for the rest of the day. Now, just so you know, Disney World has 2 main dining hubs that are super convenient if you're staying at a deluxe category hotel nearby. The first one is along the monorail near the Magic Kingdom, which includes the Grand Floridian, the Contemporary, and Polynesian Village resorts. The second hub is behind Epcot with options at the Beach Club, Yacht Club, Boardwalk, and the Marriott-operated Swan, Dolphin, and Swan Reserve. Staying at one of these hotels gives you tons of dining choices right at your doorstep.
Mistake number 6, planning too many nighttime entertainment shows.
I know, Disney's nighttime fireworks shows are amazing, and they're a big part of the magic, aren't they? But here's the thing. These events are usually scheduled too late for most young kids, sometimes 9 p.m. or even later. If you're trying to make it to rope drop the next morning, they can easily really throw off your schedule, especially with young kids who need their sleep. I always say, cranky kids can't make happy vacation memories, and neither can their parents. So, instead of hitting every night show possible, choose 1 or 2 for your trip. For example, I like ending trips with Fantasmic at the Hollywood Studios. It's a big 30-minute show in a huge seated theater with over 50 Disney characters. Everyone leaves it smiling from ear to ear. Plus, there are dining packages that let you reserve seats in the center section, which makes it even better. I highly recommend ending your special vacation with a bang, literally, rather than packing shows into every single night. Those are my top 6 parenting mistakes to avoid at Walt Disney World. Remember, Disney is about creating memories with your family, not just about racing from one ride to the next. Take it all at your own pace. Enjoy those moments with your loved ones, and don't stress about fitting everything in. It's really not possible. And if you would like more help, feel free to reach out to us at michaelsvacations.com. I can help you with your itinerary planning, answer your questions, and set you up with a virtual guide or in-person host, depending on the parks. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have an incredible Walt Disney World experience.